Good morning, all. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Can someone please confirm?
Yeah,
Can you guys see the OneNote where it shows availability set?
yes.
Okay, great. So we already postponed it today's session for 10 minutes. So we are not going to wait for initial 5 minutes. We'll quickly get started. Before I open the portal, before we start explaining, I hope you guys read about it, right? Last night I texted that you should be reading about these details or these topics, which is availability set, fault domain, update domain, Azure geography, data center, availability zone in Azure region. So did you guys read about it? Any questions? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe you did not read it. You don't have any question. You understood everything by just reading it. What is it?
Well, can you explain that table once again? The table which you showed yesterday for fault domain and update domain.
Okay,
Uh,
got the question. Yes, guys. Anyone else? So there's a question about the table of availability set. What about others, guys? Did you read it? Did you not read it? Any questions? Anything? Azure region, Azure geography, data center, though we have already covered this. I just wanted you to read the definition once, but still, do you guys have any doubt?
As we go on ahead and move, we could go ahead and correlate of our understanding.
So should I consider as of now it is better?
For me, yes.
Okay, guys, then we'll go ahead and read. We'll proceed with this. Fine. So I'll start with availability set. This will cover your answer, Hanif. This will already cover what you asked, right? The table which you were talking about. I'll quickly again explain it. So what is an availability set? Very first thing, what is it? Be it availability set or be it availability zone or some other virtual machine scale set. What are these? ये सब किस category में आता है? We discussed that, right? What would you call that? Why are we doing this? So our application can be,
running without any disturbance.
yes, what is the term called?
Redundancy.
One more term we have.
Inherited.
No, definitely not inherited. Yes, guys. There is a question also. I put a question also about it. Inheritance is definitely not the term we're looking for. Why am I doing this? Why do I have all these options? Availability set, availability zone. Why am I doing this? You said it correctly. So your application should be up and running all the time. But what is the technical term?
High availability.
Yes, HA or high availability or availability options, guys. Don't forget that. Do not forget technical terms and try to use more of the technical terms. The more you use the technical terms, it will be easier for you. Your interviewer will understand that you have understanding, you have been working. Right? Do not skip jargons. Make sure you use jargons in your interview, in your answer, right? If I go here, create a new virtual machine. Give some name. So here, this is availability options, which is also called as HA, which is also known as high availability, right? So we have an option that you can go ahead with no infrastructure redundancy. I already explained it to you. What happens when it is with no redundancy? What happens? It is only single server. If something goes wrong to that server, which is not in your hand because your server is not hosted in your data center. It is not in front of your eyes. And even if it was, it's not in your hand. Right? आपका खुद का भी सर्वर होता तो कई बार डाउन हो जाता है वो. But this server is somewhere in US region, assuming we have selected East US region. So somewhere in East US region, in some data center, in one of those thousands of racks, one of those 15s or hundreds of servers, जो उस रैक पे भी 100 सर्वर लगे उनमें से किसी एक सर्वर पे कहीं पर है. अब उस पर्टिकुलर हार्डवेयर का अगर फैन फेल हो जाता है, then your server is down because you have not taken any redundancy option from Azure. Hence, you are not getting any redundancy. Though it is not your job to go ahead and fix that fan or move your machine, that's not your job. Azure will do that, but it will take some time, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. When it is done, alerts have been generated, people have informed Microsoft, their engineer will go there, check, कोई RAM change हुआ है, कुछ change करना है, they will raise a ticket to their vendor. अब Microsoft खुद तो डेवलप नहीं करता है सर्वर्स, राइट? दे यूज HP, डेल, ये सर्वर्स यूज करता है. कोई डेल का सर्वर का रैम जो है चल गया इंटरनली हीट से because fan was not working. So now there are two things to work in that server. One is fan needs to be replaced, another one is RAM needs to be replaced. अब वो फैन रिप्लेस के लिए और रैम रिप्लेस के लिए माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का कोई इंजीनियर और wherever Microsoft has outsourced that process to some ITO, वो लोग एक टिकट रेस करेंगे डेल के साथ कि आपका XYZ सर्वर विच इज इंस्टॉल्ड इन डेटा सेंटर XYZ, यहाँ पुणे की इस डेटा सेंटर में या ईस्ट यूएस की इस डेटा सेंटर में, ये वाला सर्वर, ये मॉडल नंबर, ये वारंटी में है, वी परचेज इट फ्रॉम यू, और अब इसका रैम और फैन चला गया है. Dell will acknowledge that ticket. Normally, they get very fast service. Within 4 hours, an engineer will come with the new parts. They will go to data center. वो सारा अपना gloves वगैरह पहन के ये सब करके they will change. But still, it is going to take minimum 2 to 3 or 4 hours, right? You cannot have your application down for 4 hours. आपका application एकदम basic है that you use it personally and you don't mind. So it's okay. You'll go ahead with this. Why? What is happening? I mean, if you're getting some options here, why would you go with no redundancy? The only difference is, guys, pricing. The moment you select here availability zone or availability set or virtual machine skill set, what is going to happen? The same application which was running on one machine, now I'll be needing two machines. तो इस प्राइस का मैं डबल देने लग जाऊंगा. So if my application is that crucial, then only I will go ahead with redundancy. If not, I will leave. I'll say it's okay. I'll wait for 4 hours. But there are multiple applications, including bank, etc. Multiple applications are there, which require high availability. Obviously, they require high availability because it's not only about the service. It's not only about, just give me 1 minute, guys. Someone is trying to join. Right. So it's not only about the service, it's about business also. If my application is down, then I'm losing on business. An app like Amazon, Flipkart, they're not doing some charity. Right? They don't want to keep their application up and running so they can do some community service. They want to keep their application running, for that matter, Swiggy, Zomato as well, Google Pay, Phone Pay, because more you use their services, more they are going to earn. Right? So keeping their application down, it's a huge loss for them. So those people will always go with availability option, high availability. So I hope the background is clear till here, right? That what is availability option, why do we have it, what kind of applications will use it, why we will not just leave it on no redundancy option unless it is asked for. Yes, guys,
Yeah.
is it clear till here? Right.
Yes.
Right. So in availability option, ऐसे नहीं कि सबको similar type का availability option दे दिया. Right? There are stages, there are types of this one, the availability option. Right? Yes, wait, someone is trying to join. See, this is what happens, guys, when you don't join on time, then the whole class gets disturbed. So please make sure we all join on time. Okay. So in availability option, we saw availability set is there, which we already discussed. However, I see some questions are there. So we are going to explain that. We are going to cover that again, right? In availability set, what happens that there are multiple sets of racks, right? Multiple sets of racks. Now, I hope you understand what is rack and everything. I don't have to explain it again. That is the reason we already build our foundation. I explained it to you, what is data center, what are racks, etc. Right? Still, if you don't understand, if you're losing on something, let me know. I will explain it again. Okay. So we have multiple sets of racks. Let's say a data center, Azure's data center, it has 1,000 of one data center. It has, let me save this and we'll open a new one. I'll use this one. Okay. So let's say this is a data center of Microsoft Azure on which our machine is hosted, to which we don't have any control. We don't know कि ये कहाँ पर है. I'm just giving you an example. Explain करने के लिए मैं बता रहा हूँ. We don't come to know ये कहाँ पर है, ठीक है? But this is the data center building of Microsoft जहाँ पर हमारा server है. This will have approximate, let's say 900 racks. बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं इससे, but I'm just giving you basic numbers, odd, even numbers, so it becomes easier for you to calculate. So let's say there are 300 racks. Now, when it comes to availability set, what they do is they divide those racks into groups. This could be group 1. And in group 1, they will keep 300 racks. Total, I said 900 racks. In group 1, they are going to keep 300 racks. As of now, obviously, I can't draw 300 of them. I'm just representing them by 3. In group 2, they will keep 300 racks. And it's not necessary that they're going to keep equal everything. Okay, I'm just explaining the concept to you guys. इस किसी को नहीं पता है कि वो fault domain 1 में कितने रखे हैं, किसी को नहीं पता है, then we don't even have to worry about it. And they don't even share that information. What we have to worry about is how it works. So you should be able to explain this in your interview that yes, I used to do whenever client used to ask about high available option or highly available application or high availability or HA, this is what we used to do. This is what my understanding is. ये सब आप नहीं करते हो, ठीक है? Divide वगैरह आप कुछ नहीं करते हो. But you should have the understanding. Okay, so let's say Azure ने 900 racks को 300 each के हिसाब से divide कर रखा है. Why 3 groups only, guys? Why can't I have 4 groups?
All domain set has to be maximum 3.
Yes, this is the limitation they have set for themselves or for us also. That fault domain will have maximum 3 groups or 3 fault domains. Now, what is a fault domain? We already discussed, right? Fault domain, it's any redundancy which is against a fault. What could be a fault? A fault could be, let's say, ISP is down, or your ISP is down, or your power supply is down, right? Like we discussed yesterday. So let's say this rack, what they will do, they will approach 3 ISP vendors and 3 ISPs and 3 power supply vendors. So this one is getting ISP from, this one is getting, let's say, ISP and power supply, both from Tata. This one is getting power supply and ISP from Reliance or Jio. This one is getting from MSCB and Airtel. Right? Now you have 300 racks with a different ISP, different power supplier. 300 racks here, 300 racks here. Right? Now, when you ask for availability option and they offer you availability set, right? What happens? That the moment you deploy your first server, here, that server will go on this rack, one of these racks. ये जो availability set fault domain बना है availability set में, 3 domains जो बन गया, उनमें से किसी एक पे जाएगा. Again, here you don't have that liberty or that option that you select which rack my server should go to, right? Or which set. You don't have that option. It can go here, it can go here, it can go anywhere. But the moment in the same application you deploy this next server by selecting the same availability set on your portal, it's a virtual thing. ठीक है, यहाँ पर ये फिजिकली है, आपके यहाँ पर वर्चुअली आपने बनाया है, सो यू शुड नो एटलीस्ट कि किस अवेलेबिलिटी सेट में इसको डालना है, right? So the moment you select the same availability set, now it is that for sure that आपका next server for same application, okay guys, I'm not talking about the different application. If it is different application and you create a new availability set, then आप दूसरा भी यहाँ पर हो सकता है, ठीक है, इसको वर्चुअली भी आप बहुत बार डिवाइड कर सकते हो। आपने एक अवेलेबिलिटी सेट बनाया, लाइक वी हैव डन इन आवर प्रैक्टिकल, आई विल क्रिएट वन मोर मशीन एंड आई शो इट टू यू, ठीक है। आपने एक अवेलेबिलिटी सेट बनाया, उसमें फर्स्ट मशीन बनाई, वो इधर इट कुड बी हियर, हियर और हियर, कहीं पर भी होगी। फॉर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई एम टेकिंग इट हियर एंड हियर इज इन नॉट ऑन दिस रैक, एनीवेयर इन वन ऑफ दीस 300 रैक्स, कहीं पर भी आपकी मशीन डिप्लॉय हो जाएगी। But the moment you deploy second virtual machine for the same application using the same availability set, it will make sure that it goes either here or here, but definitely not on one of these 300 racks. तो आपकी second machine आ जाएगी यहाँ पर। Similarly, when you deploy your third machine, it will come here. This is your fault domain. This is your availability sets fault domain. Now, why is it? What will, now let's say you are creating fourth machine. By default, the fourth machine will go here. Fifth machine will go here. Here, it could be anywhere. Again, ये 300 रैक में उसी रैक पे जाएगा, किसी और रैक पे जाएगा. That's out of control. You don't even come to know. Sixth machine will be here. ठीक है. Then again, if you create seventh machine, it will be somewhere here. यहाँ पर होगा, इसमें होगा, कहीं पर भी हो सकता है. Don't consider them as singular rack. ये पूरा एक सेट है. उस सेट में किसी भी रैक पे जाएगा. That you don't have control on. So now total I have 7 machines. 3 here on the first fault domain. 2 of them on second, and this one is in third. By the way, we are numbers, we are calling it first, second, and third. When it comes to actual number, it starts like binary. This is fault domain 0. This is fault domain 1. This is fault domain 2. There are 3, but they start counting with 0. 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is fault domain 0. This is fault domain 1. This is fault domain 2. But there are 3. Now, if something goes wrong, if there's some issue with ISP or some power supply, so this is gone, but still my application is running. Why? I still have 5 servers. Let's say this is also gone. Still my application is working. If this ISP is down, by default, all these racks, 300 racks, they are not working. If this ISP or power supply is down, as in I'm saying power supply, backup generator वगैरह, वो सबके बावजूद कुछ फेल हो जाता है, स्पार्क हो गया, कुछ हो गया, राइट, उसके बाद भी अगर कुछ होता है, and this is down, so fault domain 3 is down, 300 racks are down, उन पे के सारे सर्वर are down. अब उन 300 racks में if someone has taken no redundancy option, और जिसका सर्वर यहाँ पर बना था, that server is gone. But you have taken fault domain वाला option, you had taken availability वाला option, so and because of that you had to create multiple servers. You cannot achieve availability option in one server. For one application you will require multiple servers, right? So आपने अलग अलग इस पे दिया था. Now because 2 domains are down, still your application is up and running. This is your availability set. I will be going back to that table, honey. Don't worry, we are yet to come to that. Is this concept clear, guys? Still here?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Let me erase this. And while we were talking about fault domain, what Azure has done, because they have to upgrade all these machines, all these hardware level. I hope you understand, right? It's not only the software which gets updated. Most of the time you have to upgrade your hardware also, or at least the firmware of your hardware. Like आपके मोबाइल में एक एप्लीकेशन अपडेट होना एक अलग चीज है, और मोबाइल का भी एक अपग्रेड आता है कभी कभार, राइट? इफ यू गाइस नो. सो जो वो पूरा का पूरा अपग्रेड आता है, उसमें वो सर्वर्स डाउन हो जाते हैं. So to avoid that downtime also, what they have done, that they have again divided the same racks virtually. Obviously ये सारा divide जो है ना, the next one update domain वाला, ये virtually है, ठीक है? there is no literal division on this one. So what they do here is they divide all these servers virtually in 20 update domains. इस तरह से, जैसे ये 3 है, ये 20 हो गए. 1, 2, 3, something like this. By the way, it's not necessary to have 20. I'm talking about the highest number. So what is the highest number I can have in fault domain, guys?
There would be 3.
Minimum.
1.
Minimum should be 2.
Whoever
Sorry,
answered
2.
1, guys. Yes.
Sorry, 2.
Okay, I hope you understood, right? एक रखोगे तो कोई redundancy है नहीं, एक बना लोगे आप.
नहीं, no redundancy.
Right. So minimum 2, maximum 3. Similarly, update domain में minimum 2, maximum 20. Now
20.
what happens? What happens? Update domain में क्या होता है? Same apply, same फंडा, same logic apply हो रहा है. बस यहाँ पर कोई ये नहीं है. यहाँ पर किसी तरह का डाउन टाइम नहीं है. यहाँ पर कोई फॉल्ट नहीं है. यहाँ पर अपडेट है which Microsoft will plan. So ये सेम सर्वर्स जो है ना आप बना रहे हो. सो व्हाट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विल डू कि ये अलग अलग रैक्स में अब फॉल्ट डोमेन के हिसाब से तो रखेगा, बट सिमिलरली अपडेट डोमेन के हिसाब से भी आपके सर्वर्स को अलग अलग रखेगा. लेट्स से कि फर्स्ट वाला अगर इस अपडेट डोमेन में था ना, सो ही विल मेक श्योर कि सेकंड सर्वर यहां पर नहीं आए. सेकंड सर्वर विल नॉट गो हियर, मतलब सेम वाले इसमें नहीं आए. लेट्स से फर्स्ट सर्वर, दिस इज नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अवेलेबिलिटी सेट नंबर 5. एक अलग एप्लीकेशन है, उसका एक नया अवेलेबिलिटी सेट हमने बना दिया. ठीक है, let's choose this one, this icon, just to understand. So if this is my first server, this is एक fault domain अलग choose कर लिया और update domain ये कर लिया. The moment I deploy my next server, Microsoft will make sure I don't have to do anything, that it doesn't come here. यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है guys? Fault domain से तो मुझको redundancy मिल रही है, ठीक है? Now let's see. यहाँ पर what is happening? Fault domain. If something goes wrong here, ISP वगैरह चला जाए, तो मुझको redundancy मिल रही है. How? Because this is up, this is up. But if they start upgrading their system, तो ये जितनी भी इस update domain में सारे system है ना, they will upgrade it at the same time. So am I getting any high availability then? If I tell you कि ये red line में जितने servers हैं मैं सबको एक साथ update करने वाला हूँ, और when I update, it will reboot, it will take some time, 1 hour, 2 hour update के बाद issue होता है. We have recently seen CrowdStrike, what happens after update, what can happen after update. So if I do that, am I getting any high availability in this one, guys?
No.
No. So what Microsoft does is, if this is your first server, they will make sure that your second server is somewhere here and third server is somewhere here. Then again, fourth server will be here if you have selected 3 fault domain. आपने 20 कर रखे हैं तो they will make sure कि 20 अलग अलग इसमें वो उसको deploy करे, ताकि whenever they upgrade, तो update और upgrade की वजह से भी आपके सारे servers एक साथ बंद नहीं हो. Is this clear, guys? Hanifa, is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm deploying one more machine, guys. And I'm going to show you that practical. Meanwhile, I want you to just think about it in your mind, whatever we discuss, or let me keep this one on screen. I'll create the screen on my first, I'll create a machine on my first screen. Just look at this. You guys have access to this. Read this once. Take 30 seconds. आराम से सोचो. And if you have any questions, come up with those questions. Any weird question, silly question, basic question, anything, whatever comes to your mind, कि क्यों है ऐसा? Why are we doing that? एकदम basic से basic question है ना? या data sync कैसे होगा? No one asked that. Surprisingly, no one has asked that question yet. कि ये high availability कैसे होगा? If I'm using multiple machines, right? If I'm using multiple machines for one application, तो इन सबको मिला के मैं एक application कैसे install कर रहा हूँ? Normally, I get to hear that question. But any question comes to your mind, please do ask. Take 30 seconds, look at this properly, अच्छे से इसको थोड़ा study करो. Meanwhile, I'm creating a machine here, and then we will go ahead and look at the practical. I have already created the availability set, etc. Right? So I'm just showing you the machines now. You guys think about it till the time this machine is being deployed. Once this machine is being deployed, we'll go ahead and check the practical. Yes, guys, any doubts, any questions? By the way, whenever you have to go to availability set, it's not necessary that you go to machine and from the left hand side panel, which we have been looking at, wahan se karna, it's not necessary. You can search from here also. In Azure, in fact, with Microsoft, there are always multiple ways to do one thing. So one is either I can go to that machine and wahan se main availability set pe chala jata hu, pick any machine, usme agar availability set hoga, or I can simply search it from here. This is the availability set which we created yesterday. Okay. Now look at this, guys. How many machines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 machines in total. How many update domains I have? 5. How many fault domains I have? 3. Now, tell me one thing, guys. If my update domain 1, this is down, then how many machines am I impacting with? How many of them are impacting me?
There will be only one machine will be impacted by this.
1, right? Hanif bhai, Hanif Kazi.
Ah,
If my fault domain 0 is down, okay, look at this picture again. Let's say this is my fault domain 0, and here is the configuration of my table. My fault domain 0 is down. Is my and imagine exactly like this, okay, machine conditions and everything. Imagine this. This is the real-time scenario. Imagine this. This is how the condition is. It's a tricky question a little bit. Look at the screen properly. I will zoom it for you. First question is, if my fault domain 1 is down, is my application working? Hanif Kazi.
fault domain, yes, it
Fault
should
domain
work.
1. Fault domain 1. Okay. I'm again repeating myself that इस एग्जांपल को एज इट इज लो दैट इस एप्लीकेशन में इतने सर्वर्स है और इतने चालू है, इतने बंद है, जो कुछ आपको स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है ना, उसी को देखते हुए मैं क्वेश्चंस कर रहा हूं. इफ माय अपडेट डोमेन 0 1 एंड 2, 0 1 2, ये तीनों भी जो है एक साथ अपग्रेड हो रहे हैं. होता नहीं है नॉर्मली, आई एम टेलिंग यू जस्ट 0 1 एंड 2, ये तीनों एक साथ अपडेट हो रहे हैं. इज माय एप्लीकेशन रनिंग?
Yes, it will run because 3 and 4 will be working.
Work.
It will not work.
No, nothing will work.
Nothing will work.
My update domain 0, update domain 1, update domain 2, these are being upgraded. Update domains are being updated. My application will not work. Is that you saying, guys? It will work, obviously.
No,
See, the moment update domain 0 is down, this machine is down. 002, which is already stopped, by the way. Let's consider all these machines are up. Let's not make it confusing. I was just trying to make it tricky, but let's take it more simple. Let me turn on all machines. Fine. Well, first, let's get it clear on the basics, and then we'll go ahead with tricky questions. Okay, now imagine all machines are running. इसके पहले तो मैं ये कंसिडर कर रहा था कि वैसे ही स्टॉप मशीन है, तो अगर इसमें से कोई डाउन भी होता है तो हाउ डज इट मैटर? एज ऑफ नाउ मेरे एप्लीकेशन हाईली अवेलेबल है ही नहीं, फिलहाल एक ही मशीन पे चल रहा है, विच इज 07, राइट? बाकी मशीन सारे स्टॉप है. दिस इज द रीजन आई टोल्ड यू दैट कंसिडर दिस एज इट इज, इसका स्टेटस देखकर. बट लेट्स ओमिट दैट. वी आर रनिंग ऑल द मशीन्स. सबको ऑन करते हैं. ठीक है, I've already started these machines. Let's imagine all these machines are running. All these machines are running, guys. Now, update domain 0, 1, and 2, they are being upgraded. Why will it not work? My machine, my application.
It will work because 4 and 5 will be working, right?
Yes, obviously
Update
it will
domain,
work.
yes.
Yes, it will definitely work. And how many machines? How it will work on how many machines?
4 and
Hanif,
5.
Hanif, can you answer this? Razak bhai, 1 minute.
Uh,
Let me repeat my question, Hanif. My update domain 0, 1, and 2. This is being upgraded. First question, is my application still highly available? It is working. First question, is it working? Second, is it still highly available machine? It's a highly available application. And third question is, on how is it working? On which machine? You can give me the answer with machine number. Why is it taking so long? Wait, let me check.
I think 006 W only work.
6 is
0,
all
0.
done.
This will work. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
is my application still highly available? At this stage, is my application highly available?
Yes, it will be running on 007 also.
No, it will not.
Because we still have few update domains more here.
No, it will not. First thing, yes, your answer is correct, Hanif, right? Because I said 0, 1, 2, right? So 0 में आपके 002 machine चली गई. The moment I told you that it is 0 में आपकी ये machine चली गई. Moment I told you 1 में आपकी ये machine चली गई. 2 में ये machine चली गई. But 0 में एक और machine है. Can you see it here, guys? 007 is also gone. So Hanif, your answer is correct. Your machine, your application is running, but that is based only on one server, which is 006. So it is not highly available as of now. जब तक ये update हो रहा है ना, तो एक ही machine है. Now imagine कि ये update हो रहा है, ठीक है? 012. This is a planned activity. Update हो रहा है. But now you are only on one server. और suddenly इस server को आपके fault domain में कुछ नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. इस server में कोई virus आ गया, OS level पे खराब हो गया. Is your application working now? ये
No.
अपडेट हो रहा है और ये, so this is not highly available then. Highly available तब होगा आपका when I say, इसलिए मैंने बताया कि ऐसा कभी होता नहीं. This is just for your understanding. You will never see 0, 1, 2, 3 सब एक साथ अपडेट हो रहा है. How it can happen that they are upgrading, they're updating the fault domain, update domain 0. If they are updating update domain 0, how many machines are impacted?
3 only.
No, how many are impacted, guys? How many are impacted? Not how many are working. How many are impacted? Your answer is
All
correct.
those
I hope you
machines
got
who
it.
are working on update domain 0. 3.
No, there are. Do you see 3 machines working on update domain 0?
2.
2. Yes. So these 2 machines. I am still left with kitne machine? 1, 2, 3. Machine number 3, machine number 4, machine number 6. They are still pending, right? So ये machine जो pending है, इसमें से if something goes wrong at software level, still I will be able to continue. क्यों बाकी ये मेरे और 2 मशीन चालू है. So this is still highly available application. Is this clear, guys? And
Yes.
now the question
Yeah.
is, update domain 0 upgrade हो रहा है और साथ में fault domain 0 down हो गया. Understand, fault domain it's not a planned activity, वो कभी भी हो सकता है. वैसे it's very rare, इतना coincidence होना बहुत रेयर है कि आप अपडेट डोमेन 0 को अपडेट कर रहे हो और उसी टाइम पे फॉल्ट डोमेन 0 डाउन हो गया. बहुत ही रेयर होता है ऐसे. बट जस्ट फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पस, इमेजिन योर अपडेट डोमेन 0 इट्स बीइंग अपडेटेड. तो कितने सर्वर इंपैक्टेड है?
3.
Update domain 0, guys. Is it not visible, the screen? How many servers do you see in update
If
domain
fault
0?
domain 0 is impacted
Two.
on 3
Two.
machines, if update
Update domain 0, yes.
0
As of now,
is
we are talking about
impacted
update
on
domain
2
0.
machines.
2 machines.
Two.
Update domain 0 का upgrade
two.
चालू है. 2 machines are impacted. कौन सी 2 machine? Machine number 2 and machine number 7.
7.
ठीक है. Now, and for some reason, guys, portal is slow today, definitely. Otherwise, it doesn't take this long machine to get up, or I think it's already up. Let's refresh it. It is up and running now. Now check, it has been changed. अब चीजें change भी हो गई. Can you see this? Now questions will change. Okay, as in questions will be same, your answers will change for sure. Now imagine, guys, update domain 0 is being updated. How many machines are impacted?
Only 1.
Only 1. Yes. ठीक है. Now, with that, unfortunately, fault domain 0 also went down. How many machines are impacted now in total?
3.
3.
3, right? क्योंकि ये मशीन तो ऑलरेडी इंपैक्टेड थी अपडेट डोमेन के अंदर, तो इसको हम वैसे ही गिन नहीं रहे. तो एक तो ऑलरेडी थी. नाउ वन दिस एक ऐड होगी, ये एक ऐड होगी. My application is still working on these 2
1 and 2.
servers.
3 and 4.
Server number 3 and 4, fault domain 1 and 2. Correct. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any questions, any doubt? We are done with this
The
topic.
data
Availability
get
set.
recover of the virtual machine if it's down or fault domain down or update domain
चलो
down.
क्वेश्चन आया तो सही. डेटा कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं होता है इन प्रोडक्शन एनवायरनमेंट. वी नेवर सेव डेटा ऑन आवर सर्वर्स. डेटा का हम
Yes.
एकदम आराम से पढ़ेंगे अलग से, वो कहाँ पर होता है,
Okay,
स्टोरेज
okay.
डिवाइसेस में होता है. दे आर जस्ट कनेक्टेड. इमेजिन दैट आपका ये आपके मोबाइल फोन है और डेटा आपका मेमोरी कार्ड में है, राइट? तो मोबाइल को अपग्रेड करने से, ये सब करने से आपका डेटा किसी भी तरह से इंपैक्ट नहीं होने वाला है. So we are done with availability set, guys. We have only 30 seconds left in this session. We'll close the session, join the session without any break, right? If you guys have any questions, do ask. If not, we'll proceed and check the next option of availability zone. I will not be able to teach you each and everything under availability set also. For example, जो existing machine है, can you add that to an existing availability set? ये सब आप लोगों को try करना है, and that's how you will learn, right? एक बार मैं बता देता हूँ still next वाले session में. But understand one thing, the logic or the approach. Let's rejoin, guys. Only 5 seconds are pending. Let's rejoin. Use the same link.